Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Cho, a physical therapist. Hey, today we're going to be interviewing Gary Carter on how to start investing. We'll be back in a few seconds, okay?
Hey everybody, I'm Chad Brock for Ultimate Workout and Recovery, and I have a specific group of people I want to say hello to. And that is the folks out there who are a little bit elderly, maybe sitting in a wheelchair, and you feel like you can't do anything. Maybe you have muscles that don't work like they used to. But guess what? Muscle has memory. All you need to do is start again. You can build back your muscle, you can build back your cardio, you can build back things that you thought you were without. And guess what? You don't have to have somebody there to do it with you. You can use Ultimate Workout and Recovery on a daily basis and just see how you feel. I guarantee you will feel great. Absolutely.
When it gets down to it, everybody knows it ain't the smoke, it's the fire.
All right, we are back with our special guest for today. You'll also check that out, the Ultimate Workout and Recovery. If you want to kind of sell the product, you can do that too. You want to buy the product, you can do it too. I think I'm going to get one for our clinic. And yeah, so check it out, Ultimate Workout and Recovery. But today we got a special guest. His name is Gary Carter. He's actually a certified financial planner and I forgot what it says, chartered life underwriter. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Gary Carter.
Good morning, Dr. Mike. Thank you for having me.
Gary, what's going on? Where are you at? Could you please tell us who you are again? What do you do? And what the heck are we doing right now?
Sure. Well, so my name is Gary Carter. I'm a certified financial planner and chartered life underwriter. I'm here in Jackson, Tennessee, with Northwestern Mutual. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's really it. I'm just sitting here in my office. I just got a new office, so it's not decorated yet. If we waited another week or so, I might have some art there. So you just got to deal with my face and nothing else today.
So could you please tell us what is a certified financial planner? I know we're streaming this live in our
Sure.
Alternative Healthcare Career Group or show or channel, also in our YouTube channel. And what is a certified financial planner? And of course, what is chartered life underwriter? I mean, I know
Sure.
we do business together, but I wanted to explain it to our group of people too. So
Absolutely. So I think the best way to explain what a certified financial planner is first what a financial advisor or a financial planner is. A financial advisor is basically somebody who helps you make financial decisions. Um, that's a great honorable profession, and no disrespect to anybody who does that. However, there's kind of a low threshold of knowledge and experience to be able to call yourself a financial advisor. There are some great financial advisors out there who don't have any professional designations. And I know many of them. But a certified financial planner is really, in my opinion, the benchmark for who you need to look out for to do business with. A certified financial planner is somebody who's passed a rigorous education program, takes at least 2 years. They've been in the business for at least 3 years, passed several difficult, if I do say so myself, tests, and are pledged to be a fiduciary to their clients. And that's really important. What a fiduciary is somebody who is ethically and legally bound to recommend to you what they truly believe to be in your best interest. A lot of people are surprised to hear that most financial advisors don't actually have to recommend you what they believe is in your best interest. I obviously think that's a problem. I am a fiduciary to all of my clients. That's part of being a certified financial planner. And whether you work with, if anybody out there in the internet ever works with me or any other financial advisor, I do believe strongly you should find a CFP. A chartered life underwriter is a newer designation that I only recently got. It's basically a little bit of focused knowledge on certain types of insurance and helping higher net worth people avoid estate taxes and pass wealth to the next generation in the most tax efficient way possible. So yeah, I'm very proud of both of them. The CFP definitely took a lot more time, but that's what they are.
So do you have to take like I mean, you mentioned an exam and everything. Do you have to go back to school? How does one become a CFP? I mean, for example, like me, I'm a therapist, or do I after high school or college? And is this a degree, or How
So
does that work?
I didn't have to go back to school to be a CFP. Now you do have to have at least a bachelor's degree. That's required by the CFP board. It doesn't have to be in anything in particular, but that's kind of a prerequisite. But so the CFP there are 6 modules of information. You know, insurance planning, estate planning, tax planning. Retirement income planning. I mean, you know, there are 6 of those, and each of those have their own individual exam, and then at the end there's a comprehensive exam. And what's difficult about it is, you know, your comprehensive exam can have some little tiny granular piece of information from something that you studied 3 years ago, so you really have to get to where you commit a lot of it to long-term memory. So yeah, but you don't have to go back to school, but you do have to have a bachelor's degree to get into to get the designation, even though it doesn't necessarily have to be in finance or economics or anything like that.
Gotcha. So
So
after,
you could be a
obviously,
CFP. Yes, you could.
so after, finishing your bachelor's, your undergrad, you took this. Is there like a class that you need to, or you just have to go to their website to
Well,
take it, or is it a state license?
so to get my career, I worked at a bank for 7 years before I was in financial advising. I was a teller and a banker and assistant manager. Went back to being a banker, was a bank manager, and then I got into wealth management. I was actually with Merrill Lynch for a short period of time. The first steps is just getting your investment licenses, and then you really need to, before you commit to doing something like the CFP, you need to make sure this is the career for you. There's a lot of people who start this job that realize that it's not really for them, and that's totally okay. You would want to do this for a couple of years before you started on the CFP, but there's a company called the CFP board. Usually, if you're interested in it, the company that you work for, the company that you advise through, like I'm with Northwestern Mutual, will have kind of a steps that they recommend that you take in order to get this or any other designation. It's not something that you have to go through with no help from your company if you were interested in it.
So that's good. At least you got some guidance also from the company that you're trying to, work for and everything. So after being a CFP, right now you're a CFP, CLU, or whatever you call it. So now you're offering these services to different clinicians or different businesses. So what are the different products that you're able to sell? I mean, I don't know. So I'm just asking you. So
yeah, so I can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So I don't think we're going to talk about this a ton today, but I love working with business owners. I do, group disability, group life, group health insurances, 401k plans or something similar like that for businesses. But just as important as that, I like working with regular folks. I have a lot of people that are at or near retirement that I work with. I have a lot of younger people, a lot of their kids, and some of even their grandkids just trying to get started out. And I think that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is starting out, but you don't have to be young to be starting out. You can have realized, listen, I should have done this a while ago, but better late than never. But I help people with wealth building strategies, budgeting strategies, debt reduction strategies, maybe finding some money that you can set aside to retirement. Because here's the thing, you're going to get old. I mean, Lord willing, you're going to get old. That time's coming anyway, whether you plan for it or not. So you better start planning for it.
that's so true. I think that's what you have. That's what I have from you, right? The short-term and long-term disability for me. That's our staff, right?
Oh yeah, we do work together in that capacity, and I'm delighted to have you. I love working with you and your staff. Everybody there's so nice.
So in our alternative career group, what can you offer for our alternative career group? We got I think 40,000 people in this group, and then most of them, they want to get out of the healthcare, working for someone else. And one of the main reason, or one of the main reason, aside from being burnt out, working for a chain of clinic or nursing home or hospital, is their benefit. Could you please tell us me, like what I said, a lot of them, oh, I don't want to quit because I have my benefits, my short-term disability, long-term disability, my health care, blah, blah, blah. And that's the golden handcuffs that the company has for them. So they don't want to quit their job.
Sure.
So
So
as a group, could you help us, find that, hey, Gary can help us find your healthcare needs or healthcare insurance or investment or what? I mean, could you share that?
are we talking about people who are looking to venture out on their own and maybe own their own business?
Both,
Okay.
somebody who wants to have their own, so they could quit their job and not
Sure.
depend on, because many of us here in the alternative career group, they can't quit because, oh, my insurance is tied up to this company I'm working for. That's what I was thinking too
Sure.
before I started our Jerry Hat. I was like, I don't want to quit because I'm working for the hospital. Of course, they fired me, right? So, but I can't quit because I got a good benefit, my short-term, long-term, my 401k, all connected to the hospital, and I don't know how to do it on my own. So,
Sure.
can you help us do that too?
Absolutely. So the great thing about being a business owner, and I own my financial practice. I'm a business owner, so I put myself in this category. Nobody is telling us how much money we can make. We can make all the money in the world if we can work that hard. The problem, and I use the term problem, loosely, because it's not a problem. It's really kind of an opportunity. Let's say you're, a doctor working for the hospital, and depending on your specialty, you can have a very handsome income. And they're going to give you a 401k. They're going to buy certain types of insurances on you. There may be specific golden handcuff plans to keep you there, where they buy you extra types of insurance or extra types of stock options or whatever it may be. The thing of it is, they're just a business who can buy these things. Well, if you're a business, guess what? You can buy these things too. You can do all of these things on your own. The problem is nobody's there to help you do it. You have to figure this all out for yourself. And the thing about, Dr. Mike is an excellent physical therapist. He is not a financial planner, and you run into this with a lot of people that run successful businesses or start businesses that are really getting up. You may be a fantastic doctor or a fantastic pharmacist or a fantastic contractor or realtor or whatever, and make a handsome income, but you don't know what you don't know. You're really good at what you do, but when you worked at the hospital, when you worked for your old employer, they had entire departments that took care of this stuff for you. For a lot of people, I can kind of step in and walk you through what you don't know. You can get long-term, short-term disability insurance, health insurance, life insurance, set up a retirement plan that, is very competitive, set up a retirement plan for your employees, get insurances for your employees. You can do all of these things. And a lot of these things are tax deductible. Now, I want to say that I'm not a CPA, so I don't give specific tax advice, but I know enough to get me in trouble, right? And a lot of these things you can do and come directly off of your tax bill, which is awesome, and makes them feel cheaper. You just have to know what's out there. You owe it to yourself.
So we got to talk about the healthcare insurance too. I've been getting it through healthcare.gov anyway, so you got to teach me that. So you mentioned about businesses. So do we need to set up an LLC, a DBA, EIN before we can talk to you, or an individual? Let's just say I just got fired or I just quit from my job. Can I just reach out to you and, hey, Gary, could you help me with my insurance, healthcare, how to roll over my 401k, which you actually helped me, right? And,
Sure.
My short-term, long-term disability and stuff like that. Can we, as an individual, reach out to you, or how does that work?
Absolutely. I can help people at any point in the business growth stage. And a sole proprietorship is a business just as legitimate as anything else. Let's make no mistake. I mean, if you're an LLC or a C Corp or an S Corp, great. If you are a business that is a sole proprietorship and you're operating in your own name and your own social security number, great. There is nothing stopping a sole proprietor from doing anything as far as what I can help you with is concerned. And if you are just making a career change And, all right, I've been a widget maker for a while, and now I want to go work at this other industry, and you're not going to own a business at all. Absolutely, I can help you. There are financial decisions that you need to walk through that you may not be prepared to make by yourself. I'm delighted to help you through that. Anybody in any careers, but specifically business owners, there's so much you can do. But no, just to put a clear answer on that, you do not have to be a corporation. You do not have to be an LLC. You do not have to have a partnership of any kind. A sole proprietorship is a completely legitimate business without any kind of government documentation.
Perfect. Well, of course, everybody, if you're watching live again on the Alternative Career Group, obviously the best is you get your own LLC too. But like what Gary said, a sole proprietor is also good. But we are all healthcare workers. You want to protect yourself, get an LLC or DBA at least in your local municipality. And then, you can reach out to Gary about, how you can, of course, it helps you with the taxes too, right, Gary?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have counseled some people who have operated as a sole proprietorship. There are a lot of reasons to get an LLC. Liability is the easy one. 2 separate tax entities is a really big deal. So please don't hear me tell people that don't get an LLC. Get an LLC. That's a good idea, but I don't need one to work with you.
Perfect. Again, thank you very much, Gary. But before we keep on going, we'll be back in a few seconds, okay? Speaking of LLC.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
All right, we are back with the Alternative Healthcare Career Group. We're talking about how to start investing with Gary Carter, and he's like a CFP, certified financial planner. And of course, before I bring him back, check out hellonote.com. Use the code Mike Chua. You get a certain discount. Of course, I get some brownie points too. So check it out, hellonote.com. And of course, if you need continuing education, check out medbridgeeducation.com. Use the code alternative to get 40% discount. You just don't get 10, not 20, not 30, but 40% discount. Medbridgeeducation.com. Well, actually, they changed their website already. Medbridge.com is the new website, but you can still type in MedBridge Education if you were used to it. But yeah, use the code alternative. All right, let's go ahead and bring back Gary Carter. He's a CFP, CLU, GARYCARTER, right? So, Gary. All right, so let's go back to our topic. Now, the real topic, how to start investing. Where do we start? So, let's talk about my little daughter, right? She's in college. She took out a loan, whatever loan, student loan, Salome, and then she's not working. How and when she needs, I'm running out of English, Gary. How, where, and when should she start investing?
So generally speaking, the earlier, the better. I can show you some interesting math, but let's say you got twins, let's say twin brothers, twin sisters, doesn't matter. And if they put back, they'll say, I'm going to start saving for my retirement, and they're 20. And it doesn't matter the amount that they put back a month. It can be any number, but let's say $500 a month. And twin A does that for 10 years and says, you know what, now that I'm 30, I've saved all this money. I'm not going to invest anymore. I'm going to just enjoy my money from here on. But twin B doesn't start until they're 30. Okay. They can invest till the end of time, $500 a month. They will never, ever, ever catch up to their brother. Now, that's not to discourage anybody who's starting a little bit late, better late than never. But for young people, specifically people out there watching that maybe are still in their 20s or have kids or nieces or nephews or anything like that, the good time to start is yesterday, because compound interest, we've all seen what compounding interest can do. And that's there for you. That's there for your kids. I'll tell you a very common thing that I help my business owner clients do, put your kids on the payroll. Okay, give them a little bit of money, not a lot. There's going to be some employment taxes, but it's not going to be a ton. And let them put money in something called a Roth IRA. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on how these things work, but generally speaking, a Roth IRA is for somebody, they can make a contribution to an IRA, to an individual retirement account is what IRA stands for. They don't get a tax deduction when they put money in. However, when they go to pull money out when they're retired, as long as they're old enough, there is no taxes, no penalties, no nothing on that withdrawal. So you get all that stock market gain. And if you're a minor, if you're 10, 12 years old and sweeping the floor and answering the phone at your parents' clinic, that can be a serious amount of money when you're in your 60s. So always good to start early, but step one is going to be budgeting. And this is something that I can help you with. But how much money do we have coming in? How much money do we have going out? And is each of these dollars getting the most horsepower where we're currently putting them? Okay.
You teach your kids too, Gary?
Absolutely. Oh, do I do this for my kids?
Do a one-on-one with my kids, with my wife, right? Well, they're
Sure.
good, by the way. I was just
Yes.
kidding, but so yeah, go ahead.
So, do each of the dollars that I have coming in, are they going out in a place where they've got the most bang for their buck, the most horsepower? If so, great. If not, well, maybe we can talk about how to reallocate some things. Maybe we should pay more on this debt and less on this debt. Maybe we should take money from here and put it here. And if all of our bills are being paid comfortably, let's talk about investing. It is never, ever too early or too late to begin talking about investing. Also, something really important. Investments are really easy to get wrong if you don't know what you're doing. There are people who do a very good, effective job by themselves. But if you're just starting out, find a professional that you trust. Interview a couple of them if that makes you feel better about things. You're entitled to do that. This is your money. But do find a certified financial planner that you trust, that you can talk to. I would love to talk to anybody, but find somebody local to you if that's what's more comfortable to you. But find a certified financial planner. You can't go wrong. They will help get you set up on the right foot.
Perfect. I think, Gary, what we need to do is create a class for our clinic.
Oh,
1 week,
let's do it.
Saturday, like a 2-hour thing, like a Saturday morning. Obviously, bring some food.
Yeah,
I got coffee anyway.
You just want me to bring
I got coffee. I got the coffee and water. But we can invite our geriatric clients. A quick I mean, it's, of course they're seniors. They probably obviously they're probably richer than us, than you. I mean, I don't know. They're probably richer than me.
They probably are richer than me. Yes.
My financials. But if we can educate them, they need to be educated, and then
Well,
they
do.
probably have some family members that need some education too.
And I'll say this too, for anybody listening that may be, above 60 or looking towards retiring soon. You have probably been contributing to a 401k for a while, which is great. You may have done some other planning too, like opened a private IRA or Roth IRA or something else. Now is high time to talk to somebody. And when you're picking an advisor, you got to know you need somebody who's experienced working with people in your age group. Okay. You don't want to be their only client that's retired. You don't want to be their wealthiest client. You really don't. Now, you're probably not going to know you're their wealthiest client, but you can kind of tell. But you need somebody to kind of help you land the plane in retirement. You've been flying all this way. You've been saving good money, but you don't want to have a crash landing. That could be a very big problem. So it's really, really, really important to talk to somebody that you trust, a CFP that you trust, when it comes time to actually retire.
All right, cool. All right, so Gary, thank you very much for your time and everything. Before I let you go, any last parting wisdom, and where can they find you?
Well, as far as any last parting wisdom, The other thing about who you're picking, and I should say this, you don't want somebody too young. You also don't want somebody too old. It's a very easy thing to do in this industry. Well, I want somebody who's been doing it for 20, 30 years. Well, guess what? They're going to retire too. And you're going to be back shopping for another advisor. And now you could be well into retirement and not have the time or desire to do that. But you also don't want somebody starting out. And I say that respectfully as somebody who's, younger than most of the people watching. I'm 33. Now I've been doing this for 7 years. But you want somebody who's been in it for at least 4 or 5 years, somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who's not going to quit on you. But you also want somebody who's not going to quit on you on the other side, somebody who's not going to retire in the near future. That's my parting wisdom. Now, as far as where you can find me, you can call my office, 731-300-7181. You can actually call my cell, 386-344-4788. I'm not shy about getting that out. Email me, gary.carter@nm.com or northwesternmutual.com /financial/advisor, Gary Carter. The easiest thing's just to call me on my cell, 386-344-4788, or email gary.carter@nm.com.
All right. Again, thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Mike.
Before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So today I hang out with Gary. I feel like I want to be a financial advisor. I want to be financially free, right? So next letter is letter A, take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Gary good if you don't take action. Take action by reaching out to him, go to his website, go email him, spam him or whatever, text him, and then just take action, talk to him. That's the most important thing, taking the first step. Yeah, share and subscribe. The more shares, the better, because sharing is caring, right? Cheesy, right? And last but not least, is letter T, is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's what Gary's doing. He's teaching us how to be financially free and how to start investing and how to just be amazing. Again, thank you very much. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And I'll see you in the next episode of our Alternative Healthcare Courage Show. You have a good night. Bye-bye.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.